Now, today I spoke with people who've been in the room during presidential sit-down interviews under Trump, under Obama, under Bush, and a White House staff member cutting off a journalist in the middle of a question to the president, he's unheard of. And the staffs couldn't even see Biden. He went on to confuse Obama with Trump. Are they trying to stop the question from being asked? Or are they trying to stop the president from answering it? I don't know. And it happened twice during the interview. Later, staff tried to cut the president of the United States off from answering a question about Hunter Biden. And we'll have more on that later in the show. Now, Biden can't make it through an interview with MSNBC without help. How is he going to make it another 4 years? These charges are bribery, not tax evasion, not. They're charging Trump under the Act of 1866. It was used against the Klan, and now they're using it against Trump. Here are the specific charges. Count 1, conspiracy to defraud the United States. Count 2, conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding. Count 3, conspiracy or attempt to obstruct an official proceeding. And count 4, conspiracy against rights. Not only does Joe not know what day it is, but all the things going on in the country. Monday morning, he delivers remarks on baggage fees with Buttigieg. The president just doesn't have the pulse of the American people. And this has to scare the heck out of the White House. And now former President Trump opened up a 7-point lead over Joe Biden and the judge. 7 points. The President Biden says nothing's his fault. It's the media. Biden's physically, mentally, and politically weak. And when you look at his 2020 campaign, he had a lot of people on his side. Remember the FBI, Silicon Valley, the Chinese? How much help are they willing to give him around this time? Now, we're watching them and they know that we're on to them. So Biden might not make it. And this makes the Republican primary so critical. Whoever gets the nomination is in a great position. And right now, the numbers point to Trump. Fox News polling shows him with a 33-point lead over DeSantis among Republican primary voters. Trump's feeling confident. He doesn't think DeSantis has what it takes.
Sorry, mobile banking. Download today and get started.
Some glamorous lifestyle that some might imagine. Music creators, often are working class.
Guys, I have said a couple of times now, all right? If you build it, they will come, okay? The reality of the situation is that if you say, hey, listen, I'm going to go ahead and put a lot of money into a fund and then give you a card that you can do whatever you want with, basically, right? No one said it was going to be anything like an EBT card that basically locks like very specific grocery stores, but like stores out of the system, so you can't go to Best Buy with like a food card and get things. No, it's just a pure debit card that's being given to you guys. All right, so what we do know is that roughly $2.6 million is being put into this fund, right? And they've already done this. This is going to be the second time now, okay? But it was done to only about 3,000 migrants, right? This time around, it's going to be 7,300 migrants over the next 6 months. Now, my main gripe here, I'd say, is based off of reading this article here, which we'll go over in a second here, and my main gripe is that not all immigrants, not specifically not all migrants are coming. They are coming. or Hispanic in nature, let's say. Right? They're not. But the overwhelming majority of migrants that are coming, they're coming from Venezuela. What we do know about Venezuela, based off of another previous video, right, is that the average household income in Venezuela roughly generates about $175 a month US. Okay? This card is giving them $350 a month US. With that being said, just imagine if you are in a faraway land, okay, and you have to work and do all this back-breaking labor, right, just to literally come up with a sum of $175. And you were told, hey, listen, come here, do nothing basically, and we'll give you $350. Now, obviously, this is not a lot of money. Okay, not in the United States of America, it's just not a lot of money. Doesn't go far, right? That's the reality of the situation, but this is just what they're doing. So when I said earlier in the video, if you build it, they will come. Bro, you're doing it, right? I mean, obviously, let's read this really quickly. So critics of this project that's going on here currently argues that debit cards are fundamentally unfair to the city's working poor. Absolutely. Like, there are people in the United States of America who want to create some type of universal basic income, which many people are against in the first place. But if you do want to do that, you should probably be looking to do it for the people who pay into the tax code or are Americans who are extremely impoverished, right? They're the ones that actually need this thing, right? And obviously they don't receive similar benefits from the city, okay? And so arguing basically that the city's right to shelter law, which requires to provide housing, food, and other necessities, coupled with the city's sanctuary policy, the Cooperation and Immigration crackdowns are drawing record numbers of migrants to the city. The reality is, if you build it, say goes home. So, like, if you keep promoting out the political will that you are a sanctuary city, and you can't be surprised if the world then wants to come to your city, specifically if you're not giving them free money, right? You're giving them free money. And while at the same time making people locally absolutely strongly detest the fact that you're doing that. Because of course you're going to get, let's say, Bob across the street that sees this. And it's like, listen, I can't afford to do anything. I'm not giving any assistance, but you're giving these people who are coming here because you're told them to come here because you're collecting money around. Right? This is crazy, guys. But let's do this. Let's go down. The other video's pulled up. Let's go and jump to that video, guys. Let's see if we can. Here we go. Let's take a look.
Here's something we follow a lot. Cash grab for migrants. New York City officials dramatically.
Hello, sir. How can I be of help today?
Program, which would give another round of prepaid debit cards to 7,300 migrants.
And where shall I have your driver drop
In
you?
the city, upwards of $2.6 million. Now, the program previously gave these cards.
I'll send one of our best drivers right away.
The Mayor for Health and Human Services, Ann Williams-Itson, says the program allows newly arriving families the ability to provide from local shops or small businesses and manage their own resources. When we empower people, we help them achieve self-sufficiency and access the American dream. Mayor Adams,
Americans can't access the American dream.
Come on now. That don't make no motherfucking
You
sense.
can't just simply say, hey, listen, we can give you this small amount of money, and this is going to allow you to access the American dream. Like, what is the American
Okay,
dream?
the networks are
these days? So that, and I get it. It's changed so drastically over the last 2 decades. It used to be owning a house with a white picket fence, 2 kids and a dog. But now the average American can afford a house at all. They get a down payment for a house. So when you say having access to the American dream, what is that? What is currently the American dream? Being able to afford food?
Defending the program, claiming it's, quote, cost savings measure that temporarily replaces the Big Apple's existing system of providing non-perishable food boxes to migrant families staying in hotels and other city-funded shelters. The spending just goes on. And Cheryl, I got to tell you, I think it's interesting they're posting this as, an answer the migrant crisis, yes, but a solution for small business. And just one note on the spending, $4.7 billion of migrant spending equals, which is what they're doing, 14% of salaries and wages for all city employees. So it's growing and growing and growing.
Right. So, Joe, you say that this is fundamentally unfair to the city's working poor who don't receive similar benefits from the city.
Yeah, I mean, no one else in the city who happens to be.
And like I said again, they always going to commercials and shit, yo. But like I said again, I'm soon as they did that and shit up. Sometimes they won't give me that shit. It is what it is.
Whether you're born in a foreign country, whether you immigrated legally here, is getting this type of focus on service. I mean, it is hard for someone to get enrolled in Medicare and in welfare programs, food stamps, and things like that. It's not simple to do. And yet, this population, 2 years ago, we decided to open the doors. And by the way, it is cost saving to give these people these cards now. That's not a falsehood. We just spent so many millions and billions of dollars in wasteful, no bid contracts where we just had these contracting companies open up hotels, provide them with every meal, every resources. This is how the cost went exponentially higher than anything we've ever seen before. You said $4.7 billion. I thought he was going to kind of flesh that out. Here's what happened, guys. So yeah, all these hotels opened up, closed down, basically tanked their rankings. The international stage, let's say, right? Because a lot of people are not going to go to these hotels any longer. Why? Because now they're ranked terribly. They're going to have to redo everything in that place for these people to go back to that place for tourists to actually enjoy their establishments. So the problem here is that when these hotels were feeding them, they basically were like, I don't like this food. This is not food I've known my entire life. Bro, you're in a different country, right? You cannot expect for us to meet your exact need. Were they wasting food? Tremendously, they were wasting food. All right, and so basically, what he's saying here is the money that is being put into these cards, where basically the money was the money that they were spending anyway. Then okay, I guess that would probably be slightly cheaper and less food waste. Like honestly, less disrespect. Okay, because the amount of times we saw food outside of these hotels that could have went to feed the homeless. They just throw in the trash like unopened bottles of milk, right? And just completely catered trays, not touched because they said, this food messes with my stomach, type of thing, right? It's not what you're used to eating. We know that, right? But open up hotels, provide them with every meal, every resources. This is how the cost went exponentially higher than anything we've ever seen before. You said $4.7 billion. That's more money spent on the migrant crisis next year than all of the fire trucks, all of the garbage trucks, all of the firefighters, the sanitation workers, the EMTs, all the people that make our city work. It costs less to run that than it does solve this problem. John?
I simply add, there are a number of op-ed pieces. There's some academics, some former Democratic Party officials that claim the reason why we have stronger than expected economic growth is because of illegal immigration. Well, they're right, but the reality is it's the government funding of the illegal immigration that's benefiting from the economy. That's the important point. It's not the migrants or whatever. It's government spending.
There's a longitudinal piece out that says blue states exodus continues, and it talks about New York behind California, that New York State has lost, lost income and lost funding and lost residents because of blue state policies. California, number one, but all these cities dealing with migrants into these blue cities.
How many people would sit here and just be openly disrespected after paying into a tax system that completely ignores them, ignores their actual needs? Oh, you need a park. No, we don't have money for the park, but yet you instantly had money to build a market shelter? Come on. You instantly found money to put 2.6 million into debit cards? Come on. Bro.
Man, you a fool.
How much longer do you think people are going to, want to put up with that? Of course, people will. Okay? You guys have absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day. Are you guys subscribed to the other channel? Watch the news reviews with Mr. L. Boyd along with.
Hey, partner. Done. Shit, rise on the way.